Let me just go straight across now to senior left leader Brinda Karat. Good evening, Mrs. Karat. Thanks so much for speaking to us. In the last half an hour or so, the government seems keen to amend the IPC, and therefore, the capital punishment for rapists might just become a reality. It's been the demand over here. Do you welcome this step?
I don't at all welcome it, because in any case, it's already there on the statute books. Death penalty is still there on India's statute books. And therefore, in the rarest of rare cases, which includes cases of gang rape, courts have been known to give the death penalty. But I think we're just up the wrong path totally. Because in this case, what Shinde has said, Mr. Shinde's statements are extremely disappointing. They have suspended some beat constables and some sub-inspector level. I say it's the top cops who are responsible. We know about the manual which is there, the do's and don'ts for the police. Who is responsible for it?
Sure.
Who is accountable for it?
Yeah,
what does Shinde mean by saying
we'll discuss the police in a moment,
taken action against 4 lower level cops? This is absolutely a mockery of what is required in the system.
I think the point that the government might be looking at now, the point the government might be looking at now is in the rarest of rare rape cases, capital punishment will be considered. So that is a change, a substantial change. It's not just murder cases.
Vishnu, that is no change. That is already there. Please don't forget the Dhananjay case in West Bengal, where he was hanged to death. There is no change. This is just a ploy by this government to get away from its responsibility for this heinous crime which has occurred. There's a multiplicity of authorities in Delhi. The Delhi police are accountable to whom? They are accountable to Mr. Shinde. He himself and his ministry is responsible for the situation in Delhi, where a rape, a sexual harassment case occurs every single day, umpteen times. So what he's actually said is really of very little practical value. What we want to hear from the Prime Minister is, one, how long is it going to take to bring justice in this case? Are the fast-track courts set up? What is the time level they are looking at? We want to know that. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. That's what we want to know. 2, has the mapping of vulnerable areas in Delhi been done? If it's been done, who was responsible for not following it up? It's the police commissioner's level. It's the top levels of the police, Vishnu. This is making a farce of this whole protest. I know, because we are women activists. We've been on the streets the whole day today there. We know what is happening.
No, ma'am,
and then we've
also seen the protests which are taking place. Yes, there have been a great deal of lathi charges which have taken place, tear gas which has taken place. But a lot of people say that the genuine protesters who were involved with the protests were mixed up by elements over there who didn't have the cause in mind.
Vishnu, I tell you, when there are thousands and thousands of people, there may be a few what you call troublemakers. But don't forget that the police were given free rein to lathi charge, not once. How many times? I was there in that tear gassing that you showed. It was just horrendous. There are other ways to control the crowd when there are young people there. And where was the government the whole of today? Where was this government?
No, the police for its
Where were they? Where was the government of this country today?
Says that they were worried about these crowds actually moving towards Parliament. A lot of the protesters told us that it was never their intention to actually breach Parliament, but the police felt that they were coming very, very close. So
Vishnu,
that was the scenario in which this happened.
I can understand the situation, but it could have been completely avoided if the government had acted responsibly and acted in the morning. What do they mean by fielding Mr. Shinde with a statement which has very little value? What is the value of his statement? Please understand that. It's absolutely wrong to say that he has said anything new. It is already there. What we are saying is, what is Delhi's police accountability? It is the Home Ministry. Why have they not taken action against those who have to be taken action against? That is precisely why you have a low conviction rate, because your investigation is so poor. You have a system which produces injustice because there's no time-bound framework. So these are just red herrings to divert the issue from the present system of injustice.
You call them red herrings, and absolutely there is a need for greater justice. But some steps are being taken. If we look at what they plan to do on the ground, and the question which needs to be asked is how soon will this be implemented? GPS on buses, more public transportation available at night. By that they mean buses. Police on more regular patrols. Yes, we have heard it in the past as well. Will there finally be implementation? I think that's the big question. Thank you so much for joining us with your views. Thank you so much indeed.